Hello everybody. Today we have another episode of me making a 3D engine, right? And in the last video, what I did was this. We have this Sketch 2D creator, right? Has all this code, and what it allows you to do is actually make any 2D shape you could possibly want and also find the bounds of that 2D shape. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and make just an arbitrary shape, space, and now whenever I enter inside this object, it actually comes up and I can export this to an Arduino. Right? And the purpose of this is to find the bounds of the faces of a 3D object. And I have to take this program to the next step and go ahead and make a 3D editor so I can make 3D objects and the bounds of that 3D object. And I've done it. So we're gonna switch over here, and then here we go. So this is the code. Took me a little while. I had all the other code up because I used a lot of the things from there, but this is a 3D cube editor. There we go. And I can rotate it in 3D, as you can see, up, down, all that stuff. But the cool thing about this is that, just give it there we go, okay. Is that I can actually draw in 3D using this thing. So I'm gonna make a little star. We're gonna go back 9. Yeah, this is 20 by 20, so 0, 19, it would be 10, right? The exact middle. And then we do here. Just a real quick sketch, boom. Kind of eyeballing it. Here. Here. Here, we're gonna go in the middle. 1, 2. Another perspective on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also go back to 10. There we go. Put these things here. Because right now we're making a 3D star. Boom. 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 And now we can connect them. So boom, 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 right? Now, boom, 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 boom. We rotate it around. As you can see, everything seems to be working. Let's see if I can finish it up without messing up. Okay, and there we go. Look at this. So I actually just created my own 3D object with all the connections and lines and all that stuff, in which I can export this object onto an Arduino. I haven't done that part yet, but I have this 3D editor, and in the future I'm going to be able to export this object into Arduino, and it will actually export it to a flash drive or SD card, and then the Arduino can actually read it and then make this 3D object, and I can interact with it on an Arduino. But this is it. This is it. It has all the faces I need, and I could color all this stuff in. I can define triangles if I need to. I could do so much stuff with this. And this is a program 100% made by me. It's awesome. From scratch. I'm not using any kind of libraries or 3D, because I'm using processing to do this. I'm not using any 3D additions to this. This is all just me, so I have full control over what I'm doing. But yeah, I can make any shape, and I can increase the resolution. Right now it's just by it's 20 by 20 by 20. I can make a 50 by 50 by 50 and get even more precision on how these points are. But yeah, this is a 3D object that I just constructed before your eyes, and I'm rotating it. It's really quite neat. Yeah. What's the next step? Okay, so I need to expand the code and make it so that I can export it to a flash drive and send it to an Arduino and let the Arduino read it and place an actual 3D representation on its screen, in which I can modulate and change and augment all I want on the Arduino side. And after I do that, what I want to do is get I forgot what the microcontroller was called, but it's an Arduino, but it's quite a bit faster. It's much faster. So that's going to allow me to actually do colors a lot faster, because I got another display. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah, I got this display right here. Right, this display is a I think it's a SSD 1331, and this has 16-bit color on it. But because the Arduino is so slow, it takes it much longer time to update this display than my monochrome display, my SSD 1306 display. So I'm gonna need something faster to even shade it. Right, and then what I really want to do is make maybe like a glove or something that looks at your fingers and the rotation of your hand and makes a 3D, 100% made from scratch, a 3D representation of my hand on an Arduino. Right, that would be so cool, and it'd be shaded, right? Maybe interact with light. I don't know how to do that yet. Number one, coloring in the faces of a shape. I don't know how to do that yet, let alone do like specular and reflections on stuff. I don't know how to do any of that just yet. But in the future, because we have access to the internet, I should be able to do that, and that would be awesome. So, I could go over the code a bit more on how I even did this. How does this work? So, first off, I made a project before, where is it? Here it is, Cube Rotations. This is actually an old project. It's not even that extensive, but what it does is allows for me to make a cube in 3D, and it rotates by itself, and it has, perspective and all this stuff in it. And this one uses matrices. It uses matrices to go ahead and make this code really small. But I expanded it a little bit, and the new 3D editor does not use any matrices. It just uses just plain expressions. And we have this is the 3D array inside of a 3D object, and then you have this cube and it's rotating, and then you divide a cube up into how many sections you want. That's the resolution, and you get the coordinates for every single bit, and you do that every single frame. So whenever I rotate it, it updates, and then you say, okay, I'm going to project this into 2D. So you have these 3 dimensions. You got to make it look exactly the same, but in 2D, only using X and Y. And that's easy to do. You divide the Y position by to get the projection X value, you divide the original X divided by the original Z plus a bit of perspective to get your projection X, and then you do the same thing for Y, and then that's just how you project it into 2D. You take a 3D object, project it into 2D, and you take that projected 2D, and you can actually find the distance of that thing, of the projection 2D, to your mouse, because it's all in 2D. So now I'm able to hover over these 3D objects, and then when you click on one, if there's nothing there, you click on it, it makes an object, and if there is one already there and you click and drag, it starts to draw a line between the two, and then it gets that line, and then it updates the position, and it just draws a line. It gives the illusion of it rotating in 3D. I don't really have to do that. I just do that because it's a nice visual representation of the 3D object. But yeah, it's so cool. I'm so proud of myself. I can make what else can I make? I'm gonna make a triangle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Right, yeah. Is that right? I think so. Oh, shoot. No! Okay. There's still a few bugs. I don't know why this happens, but sometimes this becomes out of bounds. This right here. This line right here, and I don't know why. And if you're wondering what Yaj means, it's just I was using it to debug something else, seeing if mouse drag wasn't working. I could get rid of that. That really didn't do anything. Just named it something random. So it has a bit of glitches, a little bumps, whatever, but it works. It does work. It works, and I'm proud of it. You know, I had to make it so that at first, when you're dragging around, it only gets the outside. You know, it does not do the inside, because if it did the inside, then it could be all the way on the other side. It could be all the way over there. So it looks to find the closest Z. Also, make sure it's on the face, one of the faces, and then you can increase the Z from there. Yeah, it's so awesome. What am I drawing now? I don't know. Diamond thing. There we go. I have another one here. Let's draw these lines. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. And now we have a diamond that I made in less than a minute. Just like that. 3D diamond. I want to be able to shade in these triangles though. I don't know how to do that though. I don't know how to shade them in. Man, I wish people watch these videos. Cause then I could ask in the comments, how do you shade it in? But because no one watches my videos, I can't ask that, and I'm just gonna have to do my own research. But yeah, this is awesome. This is great. This is great. This is awesome. I'm so proud with this. This is amazing. But yeah, so that's really it. The 3D engine is coming along. It's coming along. It's very much coming along. Am I going to add a physics engine to the 3D engine where you have the thing and you can make all this stuff and you can drop it and actually collides with the ground? Probably not. I may. I don't know. But that's going to be far, far in the future. I don't really know how I would attempt that. I probably would start with the 2D one, where you do the 2D object and then make it collide with the ground, and then somehow do that into the third dimension. Yeah. Anything else I want to add to this? Yes, I want to add okay, I want to add a XYZ, like a compass thing, so you know which direction you're in. I want to add that. I want to add shading. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I want to make it so it exports it to a flash drive, or to just a text file that I can read, and then, you know, compile this object. I want to make it so that, okay, yeah, this is the other thing. When you're right here, it only changes the z-axis. So if you're not on a face that it's this way direction, isn't z, it just goes left to right, which I don't really like. I don't like it all. See that? But then if you go here, it goes off screen. I want it just to go that way. But that's a little complicated, because you got to figure out what face you're actually on, and then change it depending on... Actually, now I'm thinking about that, shouldn't be too hard. Figure out what face you're on, which I already know what face I'm on, right? Because I have it gliding on the face. Figure out what face it's on, right? Do that, and then change this. It's in my program, it's the Q value. Change the Q value based off of it could change between X, Y, and Z, because if I'm up here, we want it to be, let's say this is Y. Is this Y? Yeah, this is Y. I got to change the Y value, and then do the exact opposite on the other side. I have to change it based on negative Y. So, yeah, but this is so cool. I could look at this all day. This 3D object. So cool. Put the coordinates. So cool. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Yeah. Bye-bye.